Cricket is often called a game of glorious uncertainties, but on February 13, 2026, at the R. Premadasa Stadium, those uncertainties became a historic reality. We gathered to watch Match 19 of the T20 World Cup, a Group B fixture between the perennial Titans, Australia, and the resilient Chevrons of Zimbabwe. Most experts had already written the script. Australia, even with an injury-depleted squad led by stand-in skipper Travis Head, were the heavy favorites. But Zimbabwe didn't come to Colombo to follow a script. They came to rewrite history, echoing their legendary upset from 19 years ago in Cape Town. The story began with Zimbabwe being put in to bat. On a surface that whispered of spin and slow turn, the young Brian Bennett and Tadiwanashe Marumani played with a maturity that silenced the critics. They raced to a 61-run opening stand, dismantling the rhythm of Australia's star-studded bowling attack. While Marumani fell for a brisk 35, Bennett remained the anchor. He finished 30, unbeaten on 64 off 56 balls. A knock defined by precision rather than power. Supported by Ryan Burrell's 35 and a late explosive cameo of 25 from just 13 balls by the captain, Sikandar Raza, Zimbabwe posted 169 for 2. It was their highest ever T20 total against Australia. A competitive score, but against the Australian batting depth, many still wondered if it would be enough. What followed in the second innings was nothing short of a blitzkrieg. Within 5 overs, the world number 2 ranked side was reduced to a haunting 29 for 4. Blessing Muzarabani, the towering spearhead, was unplayable. He removed Josh Inglis and Tim David in quick succession. Opposite him, Brad Evans was equally lethal, clean bowling Travis Head and inducing an edge from Cameron Green. The Australian top order hadn't just been rattled, it had been dismantled. The Premadasa was alive, the drums were beating, the scent of an upset was thick in the humid Colombo air. Every great story needs a counterattack. It came from Glenn Maxwell and the newcomer, Matt Renshaw. They stitched together a 77-run partnership that momentarily silenced the Zimbabwean fans. Renshaw, in a breakout performance, fought his way to 65 off 44 balls. But Sikandar Raza's men never panicked. Ryan Burrell broke the stand by clean bowling Maxwell for 31, and from there, the house of cards fell. Muzarabani returned to claim his career best 4 for 17, reaching the milestone of 100 T20I wickets in the process. When the final wicket fell, a run out in the last over, Australia were all out for 146. Zimbabwe won by 23 runs. This match was more than just a victory on a points table. It was a testament to the growth of the game. It proved that on any given day, heart, discipline, and a never say die attitude can topple the giants of the sport. As the sun set over Colombo that Friday, it didn't just mark the end of a match. It marked the arrival of a Zimbabwe team that can no longer be called underdogs. We celebrate the spirit of the Chevrons.
On February 13, 2026, the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi played host to Match 20 of the T20 World Cup, a clash of associate titans between Canada and the United Arab Emirates. For both teams, this wasn't just another group stage match. It was a fight for survival and a chance to prove they belonged on the world's biggest stage. The air in Delhi was thick with anticipation. Canada, led by Dilpreet Bajwa, won the toss and chose to bat, looking to set a total that their disciplined bowling attack could defend. But as we've seen so often in this tournament, the UAE had a script of their own. The first half of the match belonged to one man, Junaid Sadiq. From the moment the first ball was bowled, Junaid was a force of nature. He struck early, removing the Canadian captain Dilpreet Bajwa for 11, and Yuvraj Samra shortly after. Canada found themselves reeling at 39 for 3 within the power play. Junaid's ability to find awkward bounce and seam movement left the Canadian top order looking for answers that simply weren't there. He finished with a magnificent 5 for 35th second 5-wicket haul of the tournament, tearing the heart out of the Canadian batting lineup just when they looked to accelerate. But Canadian cricket is built on resilience. Harsh Thakur and the veteran Navneet Dhaliwal stepped into the vacuum, putting on a steadying 58-run partnership. Thakur, in particular, was exceptional, grinding out a vital 50 off 41 balls, including 3 massive sixes that cleared the Delhi boundaries. A freak run out saw Dhaliwal depart for 34 his bat, literally getting stuck in the turf inches from safety. But a last ball 6 from Dylan Heiliger pushed Canada to a total of 150 for 7. On a dry, slightly slow Delhi pitch, 150 felt like a fighting total, one that Canada believed they could defend. The chase began cautiously. UAE lost their talismanic skipper Mohammad Wasim early, and when Saad bin Zafar, Canada's spin maestro, came on, the game shifted. Bin Zafar was a wizard, conceding just 14 runs in his 4 overs and picking up 3 crucial wickets. At 66 for 4 in the 13th over, the UAE dugout was silent. The required run rate was climbing, and the Canadian fielders were buzzing. But then, Sohaib Khan joined the opener, Aryan Sharma, at the crease, and the game flipped on its head. Sohaib played the innings of a lifetime, smashing a 29-ball, 50 on the fastest 50 by an associate player in the tournament so far. The final overs were pure theater. UAE needed 26 runs from the last 2 overs. Aryan Sharma, who had anchored the innings with a masterful 74 not out, took charge. A 18-run 19th over from Kaleem Sana brought the equation down to 8 meted off 6 balls. In the final over, Sohaib Khan holed out with the scores level, but the damage was done. With 2 balls to spare, Mohammad Arfan scampered for the winning run. UAE had done it. They chased down 150 to claim their first win of the 2026 World Cup. The last over finish will be remembered for years to come.
The evening of February 13, 2026, the historic Chepauk Stadium didn't just host a cricket match, it hosted a statement of intent. Match 21 of the T20 World Cup brought together 2 teams with everything to prove: the Netherlands, masters of the upset, and the United States, a rising power looking to replicate their 2024 magic. The humidity was high, the lights were bright, and the stakes were even higher. After losing their first 2 games, the USA were backed into a corner. But, as the saying goes, beware the wounded tiger. By the end of the night, the world wasn't just talking about American potential. They were talking about American dominance. Sent in to bat after losing the toss, the USA needed a spark. They found it in young Saiteja Mukamala. This wasn't just a knock, it was a symphony of modern T20 batting. Mukamala treated the Dutch attack like a personal practice session, finding gaps with surgical precision and clearing the ropes with sheer elegance. His 79 off 51 balls, featuring 5 fours and 4 massive sixes, anchored the innings. He was supported by the steady hand of captain Monank Patel, who contributed 36. But the real fireworks came late. Shubham Ranjane played the finisher's role to perfection, smashing 48 not out off just 24 balls. The USA finished on a towering 196 for 6. In the heat of Chennai, 197 wasn't just a target, it was a mountain. When the Netherlands began their chase, they weren't just fighting the score, they were fighting the surface. The Chepauk pitch began to grip, and that's where Harmeet Singh took center stage. If Mukamala was the sword, Harmeet was the shield. He bowled with a level of control that left the Dutch veterans searching for answers. He removed the dangerous Max O'Dowd, trapped the captain Scott Edwards, and sliced through the middle order with a career-best performance. His figures of 4 for 21 were the best ever by an American in a T20 World Cup. He didn't just take wickets, he took the hope right out of the Dutch chase. The Netherlands' resistance was brief. Badeleed tried to anchor with a gritty 23, but the pressure of a required rate touching 12 runs per over forced mistakes. The American bowling attack hunted as a pack. Shadley Van Schalkwyk was relentless, picking up 3 for 21, while Mohamed Mohsin provided the perfect support with 2 wickets of his own. From a steady 41 for 1, the Netherlands plummeted. Wickets fell like autumn leaves, and the Orange were eventually bundled out for just 103 in the 16th over, a 93-run victory. It was the USA's first ever T20 win over the Netherlands, and it couldn't have come at a more critical moment. This win didn't just give them 2 points, it gave them a massive boost in net run rate. As the American team celebrated under the Chennai moon, they proved that their journey in world cricket is no fluke. They are disciplined, they are talented, they are here to stay. The USA didn't just win a game, they won the respect of the cricketing world.